We're going to take a look at El Nino, discuss what it is, and observe it in the record of sea surface temperatures. So typically, we have the easterly winds blowing from east to west, which drives water away from the west coast of South America, which instigates an upwelling of cold, nutrient-rich water along the coast. You also see part of this upwelling links into the equatorial upwelling driven by the convergence of the easterly winds. You can see that upwelling in the colder water, so the lighter shade of red. So the year of 2015 experienced a strong El Nino, and what an El Nino is a reversal of the wind patterns. And so what happens is a strong low pressure system develops over the eastern equatorial Pacific, and these easterly winds in a sense reverse themselves and they begin to blow from west to east. And so what happens is this warm water begins to flow from the west to the east, and it begins to accumulate in the eastern equatorial Pacific. It shuts off this upwelling of cold, nutrient-rich water. El Nino has significant climate effects on the planet because we have all this warm water sitting over here, which you typically don't have. It also influences life because it shuts off this upwelling of nutrient-rich cold water. So let's observe the El Nino of 2015. So if you look down here, we're looking at data, the monthly average from July 2014. This is a typical non-El Nino year. We have this nice strong upwelling of cold nutrient-rich water. As we advance through the months, we go to August, September, October, November, and December 2014. So far it's still a typical non-El Nino pattern, but we see that the warm water is starting to encroach over here. January, February, it's warm water starting to develop over here. This was cold, so this upwelling is shutting down. El Nino is developing. March, April. And you see this upwelling has essentially been turned off, and we have all this warm water now accumulated over here, and warm water along the coast too. So this El Nino is in full swing. May, June, July, see, it's starting to recover. August, September, October, November. So this upwelling is coming back, but that equatorial upwelling is still being overridden by this warm water moving to the east. December. Now in January of 2016, February, still a lot of warm water over here. So we're still in this El Nino. March. Then April, you can see this upwelling pretty much restores itself, and the equatorial upwelling is back. And so this is pretty much the end of the El Nino. As you see, we go from April 2016 on, this warm water is moving back. So what happened is that low pressure system dissolved, and the easterly surface winds returned, moving this warm water back over towards the west from the east. It's May, June, and here's July, August, and then here's September of 2016, which this is clearly a non-El Nino. So we see during the year 2015, there was a strong El Nino observed in the eastern equatorial Pacific. That El Nino is actually, if not the strongest, one of the strongest El Ninos recorded, that we have recorded, which our record doesn't date back that long, but still it's notable. And it's thought that the mild winter here in New England last year was due to that strong El Nino event.